Good morning. This is our live full body workout with resistance bands. With the resistance bands, can't talk this morning. We're live on YouTube and live on Instagram. So while we take a minute or two here, let's go ahead and just get our setup. I'm also going to make sure we've got a good camera angle. This is my first time doing a live workout in my bedroom like this. This is like literally the only place in my house where I can set up the resistance bands with the door anchor and have something wrapped around to anchor it. So I have these resistance bands linked in the video description, but you do not need these exact ones. If you don't have a door anchor like I have set up here, all you need to do is wrap your resistance band around maybe like a bedpost, a couch, something super sturdy that is going to hold the band in place. It's not going to be perfect, but it's going to give you that unique feeling of what we're trying to achieve, which is getting the reformer or Pilates equipment feeling at home. So I have two resistance bands that have a protective fabric over them, which is also really nice because when we're on our back or we're pushing bands overhead, that rubber tubing doesn't get caught in your hair. And then these are adjustable out from light, medium to heavy. So I'm going to stay on a heavy resistance band just so we can kind of keep our bodies moving and it's less adjusting of equipment. So I think I said medium resistance band for me, and you're going to need your handles separated. So go ahead and get your equipment set up here. And you want to have your anchoring point up a little bit higher if possible. If it's low, do not worry about it. You're going to make it work and we'll do our best. If you're live on with me on YouTube, say hello, drop a comment in the chat. Let's say hello to our friends on Instagram. I love how we can wave at each other and say hi here on Instagram. YouTube needs to have that feature as well. I see we've got Brooke over here, an Essentials member. If you are not yet a Pilates Body by Kayla channel member, make sure you hit that join button because you're going to receive early access to brand new workouts, members only workouts, and challenges. All right, let's get to it. Let's get warmed up. This is day 15 of our 3-week at-home Reformer Pilates challenge. So this is the last workout of the challenge. If you've not started the actual challenge, just go ahead, link in my bio, video description below, and grab your free workout calendar. All right, we are going to start with some breathing. Let's find a nice big external rotation here. Have you drop down, just a nice big arm sweep up and down, pushing those knees wide and back, opening the hips. Inhaling and exhaling. Sweep those arms, get some nice big movement here for 3, 2, and 1. We're going to drop down into that goddess squat. Hold nice and low here. Arms are at a T. You should take your right arm up and over into a nice side stretch and then back out to your T. Left arm comes up and over. Nice big side body stretch. Try not to come out of that squat. We are warming up our legs. Last one here. Arms are turned back to a T. Go ahead and stand up. Turn your toes forward now so you're parallel. We're going to come into a standing saw. Go ahead, cross, rotate, reach down. Opposite arm comes up like a windmill. Back up tall, stack the spine, rotate around and lift. Last Friday, a week ago, so day 10, we had our second live workout of this challenge, and my daughter's school was canceled because like a random HVAC issue, like the HVAC completely went out. And now we are 20 degrees below zero. That is the actual temperature we woke up to this morning. So they canceled school because the real feel is negative 33. I know so many of you cannot even comprehend that kind of cold because it should just be illegal, honestly. We're going to come on up on this one, march your feet together, and then we're going to come into a standing knee hug. A little bit of balance there. I want you to hug your knee in towards your chest, and then we'll change legs. Pull up and oh my gosh, really big stretch in our hip flexors, but also I'm feeling it in the glutes. My glutes are super sore. It's been amazing workouts throughout this entire challenge. I hope you are absolutely loving it as much as I am. We're going to go 2 more. And even out those sides here. Last exercise in our warm-up is a chair squat. So feet come together, now drop nice and low. Let's get those arms activated again by reaching as far up and overhead as you can. So naturally, My nose is just running 20 degrees below zero. I refuse to take my kids to daycare this morning, so my husband had to do it. But yeah, thankfully, our daycare is just in our neighborhood, a couple houses down. And I texted her yesterday. I was like, "Hey, any chance my daughter can come for a half a day?" So I was like, "I have this live workout, and I need no distractions." But I'm sure we'll probably have one of my furry friends join us. He's sleeping on the bed right now. Usually, when I get on the floor, he's got to come be my little Velcro dog. Last one, we're going to hold it low and pulse it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. We're ready to rock. All right, we need both of those handles. Again, if you don't have like ankle straps, like if you don't have the carabiners to switch out your handles to the ankle straps at the end, don't worry about it. You'll just put your feet on your handles. But we're going to start standing. Already out of breath, talking too much. Good warm up. All right, Pilates toes. So if you don't know what Pilates toes are, heels in, toes apart. Your feet should look like the letter V. We want to have enough resistance so that when we pull the band back behind your hips, that those shoulders aren't popping forward, that you're able to really feel your triceps and your upper back. I'm actually going to take a teeny step forward so I can get those arms just a little bit further behind me. Now, breathing is going to be a little bit reversed. So this is called chest expansion. So you want to breathe a little bit more into your chest. So we're going to inhale and exhale to come forward. Feel your body growing taller. Feel your ribs expanding and feel those lower abs stay connected. Squeeze your glutes and inner thighs. So simple movement, but when we concentrate on activating every muscle in the body, that's what makes Pilates Pilates. Really thinking about our posture here, activating those upper back muscles. Now on the next one, we're going to do a head nod, getting our neck moving. So press back, you're going to hold it there. Turn your head to your right shoulder, your left shoulder, and back to center. And then exhale the arms forward. Now let's look to the left shoulder first. So press back, look left shoulder, right shoulder, back to center, and resist. Let's do that 2 more times. Look right, left, center, and resist. And 1 more time, press it back, look left, right, center, and resist. Now let's add a little releve into this. So a little challenge here for our balance. So as you're pulling back at the same time, you're going to lift your heels, try to keep those inner thighs and glutes connected, and then roll toe arch heel down as the arms come forward. So a lot of balance, challenging our center of gravity, and adding that resistance. Again, the breathing is inhaling as you're coming up and exhaling as you're lowering down. Last 2. And 1 more. Great job. Staying standing, you're just going to take a step back so you have a little bit more resistance. Palms are going to face in. We're going to do a squat with a row. So now you come down. Nice deep squat. With the resistance band, you can kind of feel your body weight lean back a little bit, which helps keep your chest up. You're going to pull the band in, and then we're going to come on up. So we're going to squat, pull, and stand. Squat, pull, and stand. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Keep your core just slightly engaged. Sink your weight back in your heels so you're really feeling your glutes. We're here for 5. We're going to add on in 4. Last one. Now we're going to take it down and we're going to hold that squat and we're just going to pull for 10, 9, 8. Can you get lower? 7. Sink your weight back into your heels. We've got 5. 4. Exhale as you pull. 3, 2, and 1. Rise up to stand. Good morning, legs. We're going to put both handles in one hand and we're going to do a side pull. So you're like probably thinking, okay, thinking about how these exercises correlate to the reformer. Surprise, these exercises are actually more tower-based exercises. So if you see that big, tall contraption that's usually on the back of a reformer, that's called a tower. So we're kind of mimicking more tower exercises. So long arm springs and leg springs today. So standing nice and tall, a soft bend in your elbow and that arm that's holding on to the band. I want you to exhale, pull the bands and the handles next to your thighs, and then go ahead and resist out. Zip those core muscles in. And this one kind of catches you by surprise because you don't need a whole lot of resistance. So again, the biggest thing here is that we're not dipping, dropping the shoulders. You want to keep those shoulders nice and level. If you need more tension, you step a little bit away. If you need less tension, you step closer to your anchoring point. Zip up, think about your posture, bringing the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. Now really feel your lat muscle and your obliques on this one. Squeeze your tush. Activating those glutes really helps. We'll go 3 more on this side. Exhale in for 2. And last one. I'm gonna resist away. I apologize. You're gonna see my backside quite a bit today. There's just no way around it when we're using an anchoring point. So just quick switching hands, standing tall. Exhale, you're gonna side pull in and resist. I really love doing right arm, left arm, single-sided body work because it really tells you where your weaknesses and your strengths are. And it might catch you by surprise. I'm so much stronger in a lot of movements on my left side because that's the side I carry my kids on. Even though I'm right-handed, a lot of things feel easier on my left side. So super interesting to kind of get to know your body on those different levels. And that is such a great benefit of Pilates. Our final 3 pulls here onto the side, keeping those shoulders level. Lift those lower abs for 2. And 1 more. I'll go ahead and grab the handles. You're going to actually turn away from your anchoring point, and we're going to come into a standing push-up. So you're going to bring those handles up and over your arms. You'll take a little step forward so you've got a little bit of that resistance that you're feeling into the handles. So you can actually kind of lean your body weight forward. I like to say lean into the wind. Core zips, you're back in your Pilates toes because we want to have our connection through our center line. So if you hear that word term center line, that means you're connected from your head all the way down to your heels. So there's no space between your legs or your bottom. You're going to press those arms out. And again, if you feel like you could handle more resistance, you can step forward. If you've got too much resistance and you're getting pulled back like this, then you just want to step those feet back a little bit. So your whole body has to stay connected. Otherwise, those bands are going to jolt you back. We also don't want to be arched here. So tuck your butt and pull your ribs in. Bend your elbows nice and wide like a goalpost, and exhale, extend those arms out. Inhale, bend, and exhale, extend. Thinking about your core, and again, your toes are almost gripping into the floor because if you are not connected, you will face plant here if you don't have the resistance bands connected to you. Last 5, we're going to add into a tricep press after this. 4, I don't want you to lose this connection here. So stay into this nice lean into the wind. Final 2. Next one, you're going to hold those arms straight out and we're going to raise them up. So you might have to just adjust those bands up nice and high. I'm going to bring your hands into a triangle. So thumbs and pointer fingers together and then extend and bend, thumbs to the top of your head and extend. So I kind of have to separate my hands a little bit because the band is rubbing against my ears. So if you need to separate those arms slightly, so your triangle is a little bit wider, but you just want to extend and bend at your elbows. Again, check in with your ribs. So again, make sure you're not arching. Pull those ribs in, squeeze your booty. And we're here for 4. We're going to add nice big arm circles in 3. So again, don't lose this position. Stick with it. 2. And last one, we hold those arms reaching. Now you're going to open your arms and come down and around. Palms are facing forward. A nice big arm circle back up here. Keep that strong lean into the wind. You keep those arms out in front of you and around and up. Nice big shoulder circles here. Squeeze those glutes. It's a little more challenging on the down because you lose a little bit of resistance. So you really got to connect into it. Start to bobble forward. You'll lose your center of gravity. A lot of that connection is through the backside of your body here. Really good connection through the shoulders as we go up. And then you come down, you connect into your lats. So full body workout, reformer results using resistance bands. Last 2. And 1 more. Beautiful. We're going to take it down. Stand nice and tall and you just kind of float back. That's a kind of a fun one. I love that. All right. We're going to move into an exercise called fencing. So if you have two handles, you have two options. If you can either, well, we have three options. So you can either carabiner them together. That's going to be option number one, and that's going to be your best option if you can carabiner them together. Option two is to loop the handles together. That's going to make one really, really long handle, and you're going to have to step really far away from your anchor point. Option two, which requires a little bit more coordination, is to hold one handle on your hip. So whatever side you're facing, let's just say you're facing, so your left hand would be on your hip, and then your right hand is going to be holding the handle here. We're going to come out into a big lunge, and your outside arm is going to punch away. So it'll look like this. You're going to take a big, strong step out, big, deep lunge, and we're going to slowly pull it back in. So I'm going to carabiner my handles together just so I have a little bit more resistance on this one. So nice and tall, shoulders level, hips level. I'm going to take a big step out. Your outside foot points away. Now I have to step in a little bit, points away. So you're in that big lunge, and then you're going to drag back in. Right? Nice and tall, big lunge out, and then slowly pull it back together. And you're going to feel that weight transfer from the left foot into that right standing leg to slowly pull it back in. I'm going to go 5 more. Nice big stretch into the hip flexor too, which feels great. And 4, 3, 2, beautiful. 1 more. And we'll pull it back in. We're going to change sides. You're changing sides. You're going to change your handles into your outside hand. Kind of find that T position with your feet. So your outside leg, which is your right side now, is pointing forward. Big lunge out, big step out, and slowly drag it back in. Usually on that first one, you might have to make some adjustments. And back in. Again, shoulders back, chest open, sinking down into that deep lunge. That nice big stretch on your leg that's staying long. Use the resistance and the tension to help you float back in. Last 3. 2. Really good back work with that arm that's extending out. And 1. Great job. Let's turn it back around. And you're actually going to probably hold the handle in that same hand. You can either go 2 handles together or again, looping one through the other so you have one long handle. We're going to revisit our goddess squat that we did in the warm-up. So heels and toes out. Then interlace your fingers or lightly overlay your hands together. Just drop down into a nice deep squat here. As you exhale, we're going to rotate, getting a nice oblique twist and bring it back up. Drop down, rotate, in and up. We're doing 10 each side. We're going to finish with a pulse out, really working our trunk and our midsection here. I love doing the goddess squat because it forces your pelvis to stabilize and really makes you rotate with your trunk. And try to keep those elbows soft like you're holding a beach ball so those shoulders don't end up in your ears. Final 3, exhale away. Again, we're going to add that pulse into. Can you get a little bit lower? And 1 more, drop it down, twist. You're going to hold and rotate. Pulses, twist, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Step it in and up together. Making sure we are still with you. Seeing any comments, saying hello, let me know. We're going to change sides. We're going to get a nice little break after this. Heels and toes out. Second side, fingers interlace or hands overlay. I like to do the interlace, or I like to do the overlay versus the interlace. Deep breath in and exhale, rotate. Inhale, resist back, and exhale, rotate. And that first one's always kind of like a check. Do I need to make any adjustments? Do I have enough tension? How's my body positioned with my anchoring point? And naturally, you're always going to want to rise up as you come in. So can you stay nice and low? Here's 5. And exhale. 4. Ooh, I'm getting sweaty. 3. I knew we'd heat it up in here quickly. 2, we're going to add those pulses. Even though it's 20 degrees below zero, we are getting toasty. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, sink lower. 3, 2, 1. Woo, beautiful job. Shake out those legs. The good news is we are going to leave our handles like this. So if you got that carabiner hooked together, we just need one handle, and we're going to come down into a side lying position. So make your way down onto your mat with your head positioned towards your anchoring point to start. You're going to tuck your bottom knee in. Your top leg is going to extend out. Foot's going to be flexed and hover. And you're going to start with your top arm into that handle. Now you're going to end up doing a pull down here. So just kind of do a test there and make sure there's enough resistance. So adjust your body to or from your anchoring point. You have enough resistance. So again, it doesn't feel like you're in your shoulder. I want you to feel your lats in your pull down. Hovering your top leg, we are going to lift the foot, lower to a hover, and pull the arm down. Lift, hover, and pull down. Try not to sink into that bottom shoulder. So push the mat away. And you're going to really feel this in your top oblique. We haven't done a ton of core work yet. So nice sideline position, really working length from our head to our heel. Exhaling in that pull down. We've got 4 more. And 3. 2. Getting a little bit of glute work here. Last one. Now hold steady and you're going to make circles. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Keep a little bit of tension in your band. 4, 3, 2, 1. 10 in reverse. If you dropped into that shoulder, push the elbow into the mat. Reverse back and around. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. We're going to do a quick switch to the other side. So just roll it on over. Tuck your bottom knee in. Extend your top leg out. Fairly straight, but a little bit angled forward. That top hand is going to hold on to the handle. Just do a quick, just back up a little bit, pull down. So you want that band to come right in front of your face, so that band doesn't hit your hair or your nose. Right? So hover that top leg, push the bottom elbow into your mat. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, we're going to pull the band down, bring it up. So there's tension, lift, hover, pull, lift, hover, pull, lift, hover. Beautiful. Keep that shoulder out of the ear and constant tension in your band. So your arm is always at an angle. Here's 5. We add those circles in 4, 3, 2, nice straight knee here. And last one. Meet me back at that hover. Push down with that bottom elbow and circle. 10, 9, 8, 7. Roll those shoulders back. 6, 5. Foot stays nice and level. 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, that glute's burning. Reverse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, bring it in and release. All righty. Excellent job. We've made our way to our back. I always like to kind of start with the standing work, and then I'm like, oh, we'll slowly get closer and closer to the floor. Finally, when you're lying on your back, you're like, yes, this is what I've been waiting for. So we want to go back to the 2 individual handles. So if you have the carabiner hooked, go ahead, take the carabiner out. Or if you have the band looped, whatever, you just need 2 separate handles here. So I'm going to drop my anchoring point down just a little bit. It's nice and close so I don't hit myself in the head. A little test there. It's happened before. The worst thing that's ever happened to me is I was once doing, I didn't have an anchoring point, so I was doing the 2 bands, and I don't know, I was laying on my back and I had my band, like the band over my feet, and I was doing like a pull, and the band snapped me right in the face. So that does actually happen. It's not something you just see on social media on those funny reels. It was probably one of the worst pains I've ever had in my life. Okay, so you're lying on your back. I don't think my mat is completely centered, so I'm going to do a little adjusting there. Once you're on your back, you scoot far enough away that the handles have tension, but they're not sagging. So adjust your body, and you're going to bring your knees into your tabletop position. We're going to just start with a reach and pull here. So take a deep breath in. As you exhale, arms are going to pull down, and then inhale, bringing it back up. Exhale, pulling down, and inhale, lifting. As you're using that resistance in your exhale, I really want you to focus on your deep abs. So we should feel the back get a little heavier to your mat as you're pulling down, and make sure those ribs aren't arching. So ribs are heavy, like you've got a stack of books or bricks resting on them. And we're here for 3. We're going to end up lifting our head in 2 and 1 more. Now I want you to pull those arms down and take your head up. So curl up, chest lift. Make sure your chin isn't aggressively tucking to your chest. We want the chin up slightly and nose towards your knees. Okay, and you get those shoulder blades up a little bit more and reach a little bit further into those handles and slowly bring it back down. If you start to feel yourself quivering, that's a good sign. Those core muscles are working how they're supposed to be working. Exhale. Inhale, slowly bring it back. Just 2 more here. And 1 more. We're going to hold, and we're going to alternate toe taps nice and slow. Change. Keep that reach. Keep the curl. Lift your chest. The band is wanting to pull you back to the mat here. So the more you can reach, the more you can stretch, the more you can curl, the more you're going to feel those core muscles for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees come up together. Head goes down. Beautiful. We're going to go back into a reach and pull. So down as you exhale, arms reach nice and long. Now go ahead and bend your elbows, and we're going to exhale, extend. So make sure those shoulders aren't caving in. Broaden your chest and collarbones, and keep your ribs down heavy still, making sure your spine doesn't lose that imprint to the mat. Now you can stay right here, just focusing on everything that's happening here. If you want a little bit more for your lower abs, we're going to extend both legs long, pull it back in, both legs long, bring it back in. Beautiful. Here for 8. Use that breath. The higher your legs are, the easier. The lower you go, the harder. Again, less is sometimes more, because you're ending up working your deep core muscles more when you're higher and really pulling the belly button up under your ribs. Final 2 and 1. Great job. We're going to stay right here, and we're going to build on this. So take a deep breath in. Exhale. Bring your chin to your chest. Up again, nose towards your knees for coordination. Extend the arms and legs out together. Those handles go flat to the mat. Open, close the legs. First, bring the knees in, then bend the elbows. Try not to drop back. Keep working deeper into your curl up. Open, close. First, the knees come in, then the elbows come in. This is our traditional coordination exercise that we would typically do on a Pilates reformer, working against the spring tension or the resistance band that's wanting to pull you back. Keep lifting, keep scooping those abs for 3 and 2. 1 more time. Knees first, elbow second, and roll the head back. Woo! Set your feet down, let go of those handles. We get a nice little break here. So come on up, grab some water. If you don't have the ankle straps, that is okay. Like I mentioned earlier, you're just going to put your feet in your handles. But if you've got your ankle straps, we're going to go ahead and put those on here. I'm going to finish with feet and straps, which is everybody's favorite. It is one of those iconic Pilates reformer exercises where you see those funny memes on social media that say, I'm just here for the feet and straps. And that is where we are going to finish. So I'm gonna look a little bit silly getting into this. It's always an acrobatic move. So you're gonna come down on your back again. Feet, your arches are on your handles if you do not have the carabiners here. The trickiest part is in making sure that you're centered and that the resistance of the band is actually even on both legs. Okay, we're going to start in our frogs. So you want to return back to your Pilates toes. So heels in, toes out. Got slightly an external rotation in your hips, and we're going to extend out. So those legs are nice and long, and then go ahead and bring it back in. Oh, that additional stretch from the band pulling into that deep hip flexion. Feel that in the inner thighs and glutes. My lower back lumbar spine is always my trouble spot, so tight all the time. So I actually really feel a nice stretch in my lower back. Exhale, think about pushing from the tush. Don't forget about your core. You're always here from your core for your core. So we're always thinking about moving from the core out. So again, the spine is imprinting. You're creating that natural core set in your midsection as those legs extend long and low. You've got assistance from the band. So if you remember where we just were in that coordination, your legs might not have been able to go quite this low because we didn't have the support and assistance from the equipment. So you might be able to go a little bit lower in the range of motion while still being able to hold your core in that deep transverse abdominal connection. We're going to take this one up and lift for circles, open, around, and together. Now I'd like you to try to keep your, adjust my band, it's a little bit tighter on the right side. There we go. I want you to try to keep your external rotation. So again, that's that Pilates position. So you're leading out with your toes, leading in with your heels, but really you're leading in with your inner thighs. So think about connecting your inner thighs and the inseam of your leggings before you actually connect your heels. Going to change where the work of the exercise is. So I always like to say we have these 3 anchors in our body in Pilates, and you want to try to activate all of them together. Anchor number 1 is obviously your belly, your core. Anchor number 2 is your booty, your glutes. And anchor number 3 is your inner thighs. The saying is belly, booty, inner thighs. Check in. Last one, this direction, meet at the top, and then let's reverse it. Exhale down, inhale around and up. Exhale down, inhale around and lift. 8 more. Just breathe. I'm going to stop talking for once. Last circle. Let's bring it up to the top. Grab hold of your bands and just give them a pull, really stretching out those hamstrings. And it's totally fine if your legs aren't completely straight. Maybe a little point and flex of your feet. Feel that in the calves, all the way up through the hamstrings. Whew, that feels good. A little circle of the ankles. And then let's come out into a little straddle and do a little rocking, like a wide, happy baby. And tuck your knees in towards your chest. Take your handles or your straps, your bands off your feet, and then just give your knees a nice good squeeze in towards your chest. Go ahead and slowly rock the knees from right to left. Go ahead and pick your head up, hug yourself into a tight ball, give yourself a good squeeze, and now start to rock and roll up and down your spine. Go about 3 more full body rock and rolls here, rolling like a ball. And make your way up to your bottom. Let's cross our ankles, sit up nice and tall, stack your spine, lift through the crown of your head. Nice big inhale. We're going to stretch those arms up, and then exhale, come on down. Inhale, reaching back up, and exhaling down. My pup is too comfortable on the bed, and he's deaf, so even if I try to call him, he can't hear me. He's got to like look at me. Come on, buddy. Say, come on. Oh, it's too cold. He's all cozied up in the covers. Let's bring your hands into your chest here, stacking the spine nice and tall. Happy Friday. Thank you for joining me live full body workout with resistance bands, day 15 of our 3-week Reformer Pilates at Home Challenge. Grab that free workout calendar if you have not downloaded it yet. And don't forget to hit that join button on my channel and become a Pilates Body by Kayla channel member. I will see you in the next workout.